you okay? Ron. Ron, where are you?
I'm in a glass case of emotion!
Hey guys, my name is Bando, this is Brexit Bando, it's Wednesday my dudes, and on Warcom we have an article here for showing off your army in style with new Warhammer display cases from Wicked Brick. So, one of the things that in this hobby that is really rewarding is finishing a project. And not many people actually manage to get to that point. From my own experience, I've seen so many armies that were nearly finished, still being worked on, not quite there, and just loads of them that were just one colour, like primed, and that was it. But for those of us who mostly paint, and for those of you who like to finish your projects, it is really nice to get your models out there on display, so that you can awkwardly explain to your girlfriend's friends why you're a 36-year-old who collects toys. Right. But one of the problems with this is that, you know, maybe you have purchased and own a tiny furry creature that lives in your house, and tiny furry creatures are agents of chaos and despise everything the Emperor stands for. They will destroy, mangle, eat, and generally cause all sorts of havoc. They are also known to be assisted by the less common variant, the drooly child. Now, while I'm, you know, not militantly anti-child like some people, it is good to make sure that little grubby fingers can't touch expensive toys. Now, not all of us can afford to buy great big display cases. Maybe we don't want to buy great big display cases. Maybe we've just got a really cool single miniature we want to put away. And for that, you can get these small, like, desktop plastic display cases. And that's where people like Wicked Brick come in. And while we've been talking, we've been looking at this absolutely stonking display case, but they also do smaller ones that are scaled for squads, single miniatures, larger miniatures, people with daddy issues. And they are, it's good. I once completed a project for my mother, actually. It was a Sherman tank. She really liked the movie Fury, and she wanted a model of the tank Fury. And she asked me to paint one up for her, so I did. And it is sat in a plastic case like this, out in one of the rooms in her house. But I have a problem here with these plastic cases. Wicked Brick, I'm sure the quality is really great, but there's a slight problem here. Look at this small one. Look at how much real estate is invisible due to giant screws, thick bevels, where it is 6 sides, and it's each individual piece. So you can only really see it well if you look directly through the pane. And that's a bit of a pain, because I don't always want to look at my models from this exact angle. Maybe I want to look at it like this. But you can see there on this image, you can't see through the corner because it's all obstructed. So it kind of gets in the way. Now, yes, you can get really close and, you know, autistic about it and go, oh, I'll just move my head slightly to the left or right. But that's beside the point. It just doesn't look great. The second thing is the price. So let's start with this one here. This is your basic single model. I think this is a 6 inch. Sorry, it's not 6 inch. 6 centimeters. 7.5 centimeters and 10 centimeter square case, and it starts at £15. Well, I can get a 9 centimeter one for 12 quid on eBay. I can get a 6.5 centimeter one for under a tenner. And as you can see, the bevel on the edges is considerably finer on these as well, and there's no giant screws filling up huge sections. Now, yes, they don't get the really cool display background that you get in these, which, spoiler alert, you can literally just print something like that yourself and just PVA glue it in place. It's not like you don't own enough glue, people. I will give them that, you know, these army-sized ones are pretty cool. But again, wouldn't be surprised if literally 5 minutes of Googling or eBaying. Here you go. So what's that? 34 centimeters. So it's a little thin, like shorter than that one, because that's 45. But still, I'm sure you can find bigger. Now that's kind of similar, but that'll be because of the size. Casting a single piece of clear plastic like that's going to be expensive anyway. What I'm saying here is that these are great. Actually, that's pretty much exactly the one I got for my project. Was that one? You know, you can get with stepped bases, so you can have more models. You can see more things. They're already filled with, you know, tiny models. Those are clearly going to be an elite choice and probably the most OP unit you've ever seen. But these prices are obscene. And I get it, it's a premium GW kind of product. But $16.99 for a display case for a single miniature is mugging you off. So I really can't recommend to anyone in good faith that you go over and buy this. Now, I'm sure there'll be some other reason that Wicked Brick are so much better. You know, maybe they're tougher, they're bulletproof or fireproof or some other proof. But spoiler alert, you generally don't need that sort of stuff. You know, it doesn't need to be impact resistant. No one's swinging hammers at your display cabinet. If they are, you have bigger problems. Don't buy officially licensed merchandise for things that you can find elsewhere. Officially licensed merchandise that you can only get from the licensee, I get. But when it's stuff like display cabinets, you know, you could go to IKEA and get one of their, I think they do the Billy bookcase, but with like doors on it. That's absolutely fantastic. Is it Deltoif? Deltoff? Display case as well. That's another really popular one because it's just a glass display cabinet. And that's about £80 and you can put an entire collection in that thing. Go down to your local charity furniture place, like the St Michael's Hospice shops or the British Heart Foundation. Those are usually really good for furniture. You can find display cases all over the place. Don't spend an absolute fortune on a trap. That's all it is. And if you like the little display bit on the back here, measure it up, print it out, stick it down yourself. Nothing's stopping you doing that. Do it with some AI art and really trigger the golden demon types. You also haven't got to build them yourself usually. So yeah, oh look, they've even given you the artwork. Just yoink and print. So yeah, that's basically all I've got to go on, guys. Just have a quick Google for these sorts of things, because don't just accept what you're told and pay an absolute fortune for it. I mean, that one's big enough to put a bloody knight or a titan in. It's ridiculous. So yeah, 15 quid for something that should cost you less than a tenner. Absolutely fucking not. Alright guys, have a great day. My name is Bando, this is Brexit Bando. As always, I appreciate everyone who comes in here, all the comments, even the mean ones. I do always check that little held for review comment section. I'm a bit disappointed sometimes because there aren't as many as I'd like. If you are looking at picking up stuff in the UK, you can always use my reward code down in the description for Element Games, and that'll get you double reward points, which you can then redeem for free stuff. Like, subscribe, comment, hit the share button, make a donation, hit the super thanks button if you want, and I'll make sure I reply to your comment, if you've got a question. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Love you all. Bye-bye.